Hello there, welcome back to the channel. Got more GPG commentary, and today we're here on Wistril, I believe, and we've got 4 versus 4. This one's sent by attack, so we got attack first here in the orange with the Geonosians, and on his team we got Lucky Ashman in the grey with the Royal Naboo, Nerf Herder, not sure who that is, with Black Sun in the yellow, and then lastly we've got Arnie here in the blue with the Remnants, and then on the other side of things, Arnie's wing here, we've got Yoda in the purple with the Confederacy. His pocket's going to be Russian Blunt here in the teal or the cyan. And we've got Smoky Venus here in the green, Gungans, and then lastly El Snake, oh it's El Snake's Hunter here in the red with the New Republic. So we'll see what happens on this one, but we tend to find this map is distance is very short, but the trees are just everywhere, and the centre of the map's pretty much just this maze full of Gundarks. There are some resource nodes and stuff, but all in all, this is kind of like a very wally map, because the tree clusters are quite wide, big, and it just leaves tiny gaps that you can just fill with light wall or prefab shelters. So even with that short distance, people do tend to wall things out a lot of the time. And we do have a nerf start here, which will, open up the tech ways for that early mounted trooper aggression. This wouldn't be a terrible map though if you could basically determine you could carve your way through the clearings here with trooper recruits. So if you can make sure your opponents don't wall things off, like that short distance could be very good, and it could be a very strong counter to mounted aggression too, since it would tie up a lot of the resources into mounted troopers. You just have to ensure that you can defend adequately at home. And attack being Geonosians, a very good civ for just spamming those mounties early on with that 3 basic training. So you've got your 100 Nova, each one 20 Nova each. And we'll see what happens. On the outside of this map tends to be a lot of fish, holocrons, Nova, so if it does go late, people can like get out here and make little like resource satellite islands. They just mine up all this good stuff and afford their more techy units. And you can fish as well. Sometimes, like you can see Smokey here could theoretically maybe carve through those trees quite early. Same with Yoda over here, and maybe get some fishing, and that's quite beneficial, to be honest, on this map. Just because of the limiting space, you can see here, it doesn't seem like there's tons and tons of places for you to get both your military infrastructure and your command centers and get all your farms down and stuff. So being able to just put like a couple of shipyards out and boom through that would be quite helpful, particularly in T3, I feel. I don't see anything interesting really going on, just pushing the Gizka here with the scout. So Nerf Herder must be someone semi-competent at the very least. These little Ralogs. Gundark ain't got no meat on it though. Yeah, just looking around for any early shenanigans. Can see a troop center here already down for El Snake. I wonder if anything's being built out of it. Not yet. Maybe just down for attack building. See attack going for some really quick walls here. No, I mean the light walls are cheap as chips, man. They're like what, 2 carbon? Just slamming them down there, and they're quite strong early on, other than against mounted troopers. Arnie, on the other hand, he's not doing anything out of sorts, just waiting for his little Gizka here. He's munched 2 of his Ralogs. His second Gizka. Some workers on the berries. And him and Yoda, not really done too much walling yet. See, there's quite a few different paths between their bases. There's one here, here, here. So if they do want to get some walling, it'll take a few prefabs each. Slam some farms down, which is interesting sort of difference between their T1s at the moment. Picking up a wee quick look-see. There's the work. Russian Blunt, what are you up to? 16 workers, what's happened, man? Is that just basic training, or where's 7? Something about that civ. Yeah, I'm not really seeing anything crazy other than Blunt. Well, there's down a couple of workers as well. He's got 2 mounties out here to attack. Attack doesn't finish his walling. Kind of an ambitious one over here, like trying to just grab up more of the land, I seems. You have to go a long way to do this though. Trying to split the map here. These mounted troopers are going to get over here and Hunter Brigade is scout as well, try and mess up the AI of the workers, add a little bit more DPS as well. always tank some shots from the CC or make the CC miss with its super high movement speed. Other side of things, we've got Troop Center down for Arnie here. He's just sort of like conservative walling around the base. Yoda, on the other hand, he has his as well, but a few farms, so you could say Arnie might be ahead of him in carbon at the moment. Hunter pinning down his farms now, thinking about getting his food production up since he's put a lot into these mounted troopers. I would rate attack a quite good spot as Geo's here, because he could just make 4 mounted troopers and kill these off and then counter-attack. Kind of the danger here facing Geos, because they don't need to go into Nova to do that. We don't have Nova here at all for Hail Snake. Arco going down here. And in terms of T2, just got Nerf Herder and Arnie up to T2, so Arnie quite there quite quickly. Hasn't even got his power core up yet. Haven't got any troopers out yet either. Researching trooper first. So maybe mismicroed some of his workers a little bit in T1 there. I'm sure he could have maybe built like 2 or 3 troopers on the way. They're just a little bit more of a crisp timing. See that Yoda would actually right now be struggling a little bit. He's just waiting for his trooper upgrade, I believe. He's T2 now. Doing a little bit of repairing there. So taking some damage from a scout. See the explosion corpse now. Hunter getting pushed out of the base by this mounted trooper, but he is ahead in health at the moment. He's got a medic though, gonna get full value out of his units here. Healing it all the way back up. Try and keep it relevant. But yeah, Arnie not actually doing too much. Just the one troop center, playing very safe, got turret up already and everything. Just trying to like wall out a lot more of the map now too. There's a lot of resources here that are up for grabs, which maybe you don't want to say goodbye to too early here. Like 2 Nova piles or pile, and then you could be threatened on this Nova too. You see that a lot on this map. It just depends on the spawns. You can see that the resources are quite close to each other. Be very well contested by getting a fortress down in a good spot. How far are we going to be picking up the holocrons, maybe? Yeah, it's looking just pretty normal here in like the pocket positions. Russian Blink over Spaceport War Center. That's an interesting one. Good turret here from Yoda. That's going to be really annoying, and unfortunately Arnie didn't see it going up, so he couldn't make his own turret while it was happening, and that just garrisoned his workers in. Because often if you do see it before, because it's usually only 1 or 2 workers that are building it, the offensive turret, you can make yours with like all your carbon workers, finish quickly, garrison, and then just start shooting the workers with the turret and stop them finishing it. But he gets it into a good spot. Now he's going to use this to get his troops across here, find a good raid hopefully. Don't know where his scout is though. Well, Smokey actually sees all the workers here for him, right? So he just needs to follow. You can see him, he's making a beeline for all these workers, but they might actually be able to wall themselves in here in this little crevice. Arnie should have advanced knowledge of this. He sees it on his food processor. I think he's got to try and get all his workers over here and close the door behind him with a prefab shelter. There we go. And they should be safe for the time being, but when they're going to be vulnerable is when people get up to tech level 3. So particularly Smokey and Russian Blunt could take advantage of this. Because he's going to be stuck in T2 a little bit here. He's not going to be able to get his anti-air troopers over into that position. And Yoda, upon seeing him doing that, he's going for the pocket now, trying to get into his carbon line, do some damage here. Getting a second turret here, going to take control of Nova. I've got some pretty good aggression, going to keep Arnie down here, just needs a little bit of a follow-up. Fortunately those fighters are out here, but they are forcing a bit of idle time. Going to stop the workers bringing that carbon home, because they want to be getting those farm upgrades, replacing some of these farms, getting new carbon center, or new command centers rather. But we will see what comes of this. We've only got 1 airbase on the way here. Russians just a little bit behind. He's having a bit of a sluggish game this time. Did see he was behind a few workers, so not able to capitalise on this situation quick enough. Just going to let Nerf Herder here take control of things. See all those fighters ready to go and try and punish Yoda here, but Yoda's pretty much on top of things. I'd love to see him get onto this this water now that he's carved through the trees. You can see his anti-air troopers are more than ready here. Pretty good micro though, picking off a couple of workers. And Nerf Herder kind of lucky that Russian Blunt's just not got a bunch of fighters out right now, because these should be dead, in all honesty. Because he's flying inwards into sort of their area of influence, and they should just be getting gunned down by the pocket. He's getting to terrorise Yoda just a little bit too much at the moment, I would say. Other side of things, got a bit of a wall going up here. We've been kind of distracted with all the antics going on the other side. And you can see Lucky Ashman and Attack pretty much stopped dead in their tracks by this one gate here. And this worker of L Snake's just been doing all this walling. Trying to keep them out here. He is still in T2 at the moment, but he's looking pretty fine, and Smokey doing a good job just sort of hover-handed him here with all these fighters. And I don't really see any anti-air here, so I feel like if he was actually paying attention, he could come here just like, what, one trooper? One or two? He could just kill all of this and then push for these ore workers too. Which should be a really nice pick-off against the Geonosians. Because you don't want them just slamming a fortress down when they get into T3, because they can put a fortress in a quite a good spot and they can make some very problematic units. We can see a bit of raiding attempted there by Nerf Herder. And Russian just struggling a little bit, I feel, because he doesn't feel like he's really got any control of the map at the moment. And Arnie just getting away with murder over here with this. Oh, look at how exposed all these workers are. Does he even have an anti-air trooper? There we go. See a little bit of fishing. This is nice. It's even nicer these days since you can make those AA boats in T2, right? This is truly like the best trick I think on this map with in terms of the limited space, just getting in the water fishing. Russian getting a bit brave here, but Arnie is T3 and he can just, you know, slam down some anti-air. Builds them much quicker as well, being remnants. But he does need to rely on Nerf Herder here to help him out a little bit. How many did they pick up any of these holograms? No. Is tasked. Don't really see many. Who's got them? Not Lucky. Not Attack. Not Smokey. Anyone's got them. Nope. But hell if I could see them on the minimap. Bit more raiding here, coming right in on patrol, getting quite a few workers here, Russian Blunts, and they struggle a little bit here. Trying to build some turrets. Nerf Herder got quite a lot of control. You're going to catch some of these fighters potentially. There's one going down. Probably in 13 minutes. I remember I've got coffee brewed here. You pour it into the mug. That strawberry cafetiere coffee. Again, find some angles here against Yoda, and Yoda's got anti-air bow, it's got some anti-air troopers and stuff, but the micro's quite decisive. Just butter stepping just a little bit. Smokey coming to help out here with Russian Blunt. But Nerf Herder's causing just a lot of damage going around here. Oh, they were chasing these two. I don't know if that was intentional or not. Those three stayed back and killed them off. Attack asking for help here. Quite a bit of a push going from the Snake. Some strike mechs, some anti-air troopers. Interesting way of playing New Republic here. Nice on the wing though. A lot of pressure. And these all scale quite okay for them. I'd like to see maybe get a fortress in this kind of spot. Then maybe into artillery or something would be a nice way to play them on the wing. I think Attack, we did see him on ore early, so he's going to just slam down a fortress. Unfortunately, Smokey and the snake not paying attention to this, and this is going to go up, I feel. Going to be quite difficult. You have to go around it, probably, so kill off these. He's going to try and pick off some of these, but remember, those Geonosians build like 20% faster or something like that, so that fortress is going to go up quite easily, I feel. Might lose a couple workers. He's not even really trying in the moment, because he could be refocusing his workers on that, and he's not. And, oh, a little bit of a drop here from Arnie. With some strike mechs, and quite a hostile environment. Now there's a bomber here from Russian Blood. These smoky fighters and stuff. Decent-ish upgrades for these mechs, though. You managed to walk past the mech destroyer here, stop this heavy weapons factory going off, picked off a few workers. It's like Yoda really wanted to keep that pressure going. And we can see Arnie's actually moved his workers away from that spot, got a new CC up here. And all of his workers are heading over into this sort of area now. The snake pretty much just going past the fortress here and going to raid the pocket. We can see the Ashman got a lot of bombers here, mech destroyers, looking pretty solid to be honest on the move here. 3 CCs, feeling strong. I've heard I got a bit of a few idle farms here. Other than that, looking pretty big. Air transport, maybe thinking about getting these holocrons. Got one here. Maybe that's what the transport's for. I think some of them were spawned out here in the islands, right? Oh. But now I can suddenly see them for some reason. I don't know why. My eyesight returns. Russian, what's happened here? Held hostage by 2 fighters. All of his farms. Right, down it goes. What's left of the raid here from Arnie. Definitely slowed down this push here that Yoda was going for. And Arnie got a lot more points at the moment, which is I'm kind of surprised. I guess Yoda did suffer at the hands of Nerf Herder a little bit there. He does have these shipyards. He's actually got quite a lot of trawlers out for just one shipyard. I don't think that thing's ever been idle. And can you not just kill the trees here? Just attack down some of these trees and walk through, rather than wait to kill the prefab shelter. Get started on this turret. Aren't I gonna have to do the same kind of thing, I would feel, to deal with this kind of fish, or shadow troopers. That would be the 2 ways of dealing with this. I would really want to get stuck on mech destroyer, because there's already 3 artillery out. If we end up with a few more, it's going to be quite dicey. Now, are any of our... Oh, I see Ashman on the way to T4 there. Further not. Nobody else on the way, not at all. Yeah, the fortress not really hitting too much important here. Don't really like this one. The snake maybe should have just held off on that. Got it in a much better spot. And a few Mounties here. And Yoda is actually kind of just mucked up a little bit here with his micro. Got kind of trapped. That's a lot of mech destroyers to just lose like that. Only 1 strike mech at the moment to guard these. It's a very basic counter as well, Mounties. Surprised to see him walled out too, so he's just going to lose everything here. And with that fortress down, Arnie could make some very good units and shadow troopers. These MDs and shadow troopers could do some big damage. You can get into a strong position as well, tech up, maybe get some cannons out. We do have Ashman T4 with some fighters out. 4 air bases too. Nerf Herder's sort of chilling for a little bit, I'm not sure what they're up to. On the way to T4 now. Night Sister Temples, so I'm assuming it's going to be like some Night Mother aggression in this transport. And just upgrade these fighters, maybe a fast fighter, do a little bit of damage with them. Maybe support Arnie's push here a little bit. The Night Mothers would be quite terrifying to just get on top of these infrastructures early on. Quite a strong support for Arnie's units here. I don't see much out of the Snake and Smokey get some heavy weapons factories. Everyone just sort of setting up for a long game, I would say. I wouldn't mind seeing the players as well, like, get out onto these islands and just, you know, like spaceport or something. Because it'll be much better protection out here for your freighters and stuff than... Because you don't really have much of the map in the middle here. The nature of these trees as well is like people are sort of overlapping. Like the teams are overlapping one another, like a sort of yin and yang sign. So you don't really have as much dominance or control over the corners of this landmass. Here comes Ashman with these T4 fighters. They do quite a bit of damage here. I'm not paying too much attention though, and those anti-air troopers getting some good shots. Get quite a few of them off. I would hope to see Ashman with more fighters than his actual airbase count though. That's what he has for airbase, he came with 4. He can get a bit more than that out. And subsequently we'll get more damage too. See Arnie, he sees all these resources, just gonna grab it up. Fortress, fortress. I mean, that's what, 700, 1400 ore? Get return on your investment there for sure. Could even go fortress again. Double cannon production too if he wants to take down some of these buildings they might make. A real strong position here. Got 4 Night Mothers built up here. A lot of transports for very little units at the moment. I mean, he had 1 already, does he need 4? Maybe gonna land a lot of workers with them. Build some infrastructure. Use the Night Mothers to guarantee it. Arnie T4 now. SY T4 with heavy artillery, but he is just stuck on the other side of this wall. Neither player going to heavy wall yet. Attack planning a lot of walling though. Should get them up fairly promptly with Genosians. Oh, the harbour. It's the first time we've actually seen it used. It's nice though, isn't it? Little drop-off point for the boats. See Smokey getting in. I'm surprised to see Smokey so slow. As Gungans as well, and being such a trawler enjoyer. Only got 3 out. Disappointing. And here comes this transport ship full of these 5 Night Mothers. Looks like it's trying to sneak around the back into Yoda's base. A lot of anti-air troopers here. I wonder if they'll catch this. Oh! Oh, just kind of lucky. I'm gonna be kind of lucky there. If those trees were just a little bit thicker. So coming in, gonna go straight for the anti-air turrets. That's gonna be so tilting to deal with. When you're having a hard time, you don't have much units out and stuff. You know, and you're sort of turtling, you're focusing on your eco for Night Mothers to just come in and just expose your lack of units here. It's a bad time. Instant fortress though from Yoda. He's gonna start making some bounty hunters, I feel. Which is a good response, the best he can do right now. But this is just gonna like divert all the attention away, and Arnie's now T4, and he can just start popping out these cannons and start shelling a lot of this infrastructure down. He gets full control of all this resources, and see how many workers he's got in the Nova here. Some Shadow Troopers built out. He's a bit of an enjoyer of that build. So he can use the cannons, knock everything down, and just flood the base with Shadow Troopers. SY taking ages, got Framb out, some artillery, but you know, there's just not much space. These walls just exacerbating things. Heavy wall now for attack. Did get those walls up too, look at him go. Spaceport's here, but again, where are they going to trade? That's why I like the idea of landing the transports and getting spaceports in these spots. You can even build them over here, you know, delete them later, and then just populate like that. It's either that or you kill off some of the corner or something with an AC. I think by nature, where these are positioned, they'll end up flying into Arnie's units, which you don't really want. He's gonna have a big budget as well, just make turrets everywhere with all that extra ore and Nova he's got. Yeah, nothing really they can do to protect this fortress. Look at where the cannon is and it's shelling it. Slowly but surely gonna go down here. See more of these fighters from Ashman. Old Snake trying to shut them down here, but it is advanced fighter versus fast fighter, armor versus no armor, and the units as well are just getting stuck. Russian using that, losing a lot of workers here. He's got a few advanced turrets though they can hide behind. But he wasn't really wanting to play air here, he's trying to get the troopers out, but he's got a lot of upgrades to get these troopers relevant. 45 health, this purple laser beam from the MDs will do quite well against them. And no plus damage either, so the shadow troopers will probably do alright too. SY getting an AC out to finally get somewhere and start marching through into attack side. Finally needed that like 10 minutes ago. Anti-air trooper trying to kill it off. Is he going to get it? Dangerously low there. Needs some repairing. Got some infrastructure here. Another herder of the nurse. Pulling up some glad droids and some troop centers planned. Getting another holocron. And ain't much left of Yoda's base. It's now just occupied by Russian blunt. It's like one of those American military bases right now. The key military base. Most of this economy seems to be out at sea. There's not much room for you to run away to either on this map. Pretty hard once you get overrun. And a fair bit of fighters here from the Snake. You should probably upgrade them. Got quite a lot. Good civ for fighters too. And these Mounties just catching SY completely off guard here. He's got nothing on the ground against these. The fighters are nowhere near to protect either, so Mounties are just exploding quite a few of these. Losing a lot of momentum here. Assault Mech, this is some good play from attack. The Assault Mech's going to be really good against this as well. The Mounties are great. They're really playing Geonosians well here. Shutting down that push. 2v1 at the moment too. These troopers are just going to really struggle. You've got no shields. You've got projectile attack. You know, it splashes through them. And these gladiator droids are just being completely tickled as well. Probably going to need like artillery or MDs or something dealing with these. These are going to tank really well for all these units. And then all these cannons are going to shell everything down so quickly. I don't know if the site can really hold. There's nowhere for Yoda to build. Get back into things here. Hunter, honestly, probably better just building attackers. Does feel a little bit bad paying like full price for them and stuff, but I mean they do really well here. And they would just help this force be completely dominant, carve through. And force a real good response from Ashman. He's only really sent a handful of fighters at the moment. And that's a lot of glads. Fully upgraded troopers, and then the Night Mothers as well. The only real good option here is air cruisers out of Yoda. I don't know if he's T4, is he? Yeah. Got the 2 fortresses. I think that's the only thing he really could have done different here, is just build a bunch of ACs and try and hold the choke. Because they ain't got any anti-air. And they're kind of immobile, slow units. And your Night Mothers can't really do anything against the ACs as well. That's really all he's got going. Oh, this is nice though. I'm gonna go through on this side, I suppose. It's something. Magna Guards. Again, I worry for how quick they're gonna carve through here, because Arnie's got good cannon production, as does Nerf Herder, and 2 fortresses each. And these guys kill buildings quite quickly as well. Definitely adds up. Terrible New Republic repeater troopers. They are cheaper though. cannon forward. I think it would be good for them is just building some turrets as they go. That would just really cancel Ashman out here. Some Masters would be nice as well, New Republic. Surprised not to really see them out in the field. As an AC, it's a great idea, just a little bit late, isn't it? That one was converted, was it? 4 kills. You can see there was just like no anti-air. Big shot there. It'd be nice if you'd have just got them out a bit earlier. Got 3 of them together or so. Really stall things out, because they've got kind of a winning side, right? They just need to stop this army pushing too quickly. I'd be surprised to see them just build interceptors or something to deal with these. Nice. Big explosion there. Some attackers. I'm trying to build these double turrets though. Yes, well, he's pretty well, quite like a Swiss Army knife at the moment. He can deal with everything. They're relying on turrets at the moment, which are not the best. Good shot there, losing some workers at the front line. How many cannons he's got out? Lost those fortresses already. Can't really make any more ACs. You're gonna try his best. Oh no, flies in. That's the worst thing ever, isn't it? You panic, you cancel your attack as well, so you don't even get the 2 shots off. You can see he cancelled it mid-animation because the turret was shooting him, but he still lost the AC anyway. There we go, big explosion. These guys not really got any range on them, 8 range, but it's like a turret got converted here. But this guy, is he gonna survive? Nope. It's the end of those. Maybe a bit too risky from Yorda. Like when he lost his forts here, maybe he should just moved back and just waited. You know, just to slow them down a little bit more later on when they start pushing again. Because they were definitely rethinking things. Attack trying with his mounties here, but they've kind of really got on top of things that you can't just throw in a few units here and there and do any effect to this army. And look at the Fambas giving the shield coverage. All snakes repeaters here. Do they not get stim packs? No. Can't remember. No, they don't. Because they don't deserve it, do they? They've got too much stuff. They do get their troopers like 20% cheaper, I believe. Veterancy upgrade, I think. It's an okay little meat shield. I would like to see a bit more substantial units though out of the snake here, being second score in his team. Ashman kind of matching him here. And again, just getting to really good positions. And it's just a base race, really. See Arnie getting some mech factories over here to try and get those MDs piling up, try and slow things out on that side, because it is really going to come to who can win their side the quickest. I'd say they got pretty good stalling potential though if Nerf Herder starts putting some Night Mothers on this side. Because we don't really have any Masters out from our New Republic player. Black Sun have got a little bit better text as well than New Republic. What's in there? It's the first time I ever paused because I just knew I was never going to catch it. Oh, they came out. Typical. Heavy pummels, battery packs, rhombas. Onto the fortress here. Should carve through these walls quite quickly as well. Shield walls. And then that, you get some cannons out. New ones, they did lose like 7 cannons. These strikes getting some right awkward spots here in the workers. And I must say, not really seeing too many people get on these islands. There we go, we've got Nerf Herder. He's just munching all the Nova, isn't he? He's loving it. We've got the spaceport over here. They're actually trading like this over their Conquered side, which is a smart decision because they can't really do it too well over here. Could sort of do it on the islands, but there's not much space. They can't really get one over there. So they're just going to do their trade like this, where it's safe. And I think that might be something they have on the other team, because I'm not really seeing them do that. Attack sort of just walled them out of these areas too. He's just got little farmlands over here that know nothing about the war going on in their base. The Sea Blurg. There's a lot of anti-air here. Or did Black Sun just not get good techs, or is he just slacking in those? No anti-air retrofit researched. Don't get heavy weapons engineers anymore though. Yeah, they are missing quite a bit of range and stuff. Got a lot of them too. They look really cool in yellow, I must say. Like yellow and red and grey, looks nice. I like the darker skinned civs look just better contrast wise with these bright vibrant colours than the ones that are like really white like New Republic. That was my biggest criticism for like the workers. Just so hard to see their model. They did look a bit better now. I wonder if they did get darkened up a little bit. I find you just couldn't quite see them. They're too detailed like a model. It's very spindly with all their limbs. Hard to see them properly. This is a bit of a shock here for ASY and Snake getting some resistance now. All these heavy mextures and quite a lot of them out for Arnie too, which will do really well with those projectile attacks. Just making short work of these low health troopers. On the side of things, the attackers coming in, and attackers are damn strong, and you know, these not being upgraded, they kind of got smashed a little bit. So both sides getting a bit of a shock here. I kind of like to see them just get... There needs to be a lot more ACs on this map, I feel. Like, just so many chokes. Russian and Snake here are going to have to back off, I feel, with these turrets getting up. Again, they're sort of equal in the way that they split the map. Other than attack, though, because attack is... he still exists in this corner. I need to kill him off. Whereas on this side, they've got all that land. They're occupying it completely. They have their trade. Attack's sort of stopping them having trade. And I'm going to be quite amazed if they complain that they've run out of Nova when all these islands remain unmined. Ashman, please, for the love of God, get a range upgrade in your life. What's wrong with you? +4. 6 range. It needs an intervention. Not enough. Absolute insane human being with his upgrade preferences. They're getting pushed back here now. Quite a big open area, which I think favours the remnants with a big MD pile. So we'll split them up and limit a lot of this area of effect from the artillery. Gold shield generator. This army, without ACs, I feel to be hitting these because they're so immobile. They're getting some great value, I'd say. Still not full health either for Russian Blood Skies here. And if this is their trade route, they're in trouble. So it's very close to the front here. And they're almost at the risk of losing both sides at the same time, and that's definitely going to be game over. Hello? Please assist. I'm just going to fly into them. There we go, got the range upgrade on these. Going straight into the attackers. Doing alright. There's a lot of attackers though, isn't there? So, but they're not really doing too alright. That takes a lot of shots. But yeah, 4 AC shots, you know, and this job's a good one. It's gonna be tricky for the snake here. He's got a lot of attackers out on both sides. But you need to really smash the armies, the attackers, or they'll slowly crawl up and get these A-mobiles out, get turrets and stuff down. Once you get 3 or 4 turrets in position, can't really do much for attackers. We'll have to respect it. This guy go. Four kills. He's trapped on this island, but he's got 4 kills. Got to be 5. The Chad Razor Ron. Razor Ron right there. Rizoran. Rizoron. I call him Razor Ron. 5 kills. Look at him go. This army. Some really good spots now. It's like Arnie's focused on holding this side. He's got the Masters out, and Yellow's just pushing on this side slowly but surely. Crawling with the anti-air infrastructure. Razor runs on 6 kills. He's having a break. Rage has been sated for the moment. If they help on these MDs, got a little bit more, but that splash attack will be quite strong. Classic Ashman, try to raid with the 6 range strike max. There's a bit of a problem. There's a lot of space Yellow can get into and really start causing them problems, and that's their trade as well, gonna get shut down. Ask Rez Nova. Are you serious, attack? Just get on one of these islands. Don't know, it just doesn't seem like they really got anything. Yoda's just dead. Blunt's like Blunt never really got going. He wanted to go troopers and lost all his infrastructure. He's really just been making some interceptors here and there, but they can't win this. SY's fully over here. Only really got Snake coming down here now and again, but look how much anti-air there is. You're gonna resign there. It's Ogre. They got a good army here on this side. Like, I think definitely win this side, but nobody can stop this. A good split where Nerf took this side and Arnie took this side. Since he had to go slow anyway against the attackers and build up the AA. GG from the Snake there. Gonna resign. Should really be it. Just Smokey and Blunt hanging on. Smokey out, just Blunt left. GG's all around, they're just gonna put, I'm not waiting. Yeah, if you... What do I say? What do I say at the end of videos? I hope you've all enjoyed that. If you like the content, please consider liking the video, subscribing to the channel if you want to see more. That was a pretty good game. Well played to all involved. If you want to get involved in these types of games in the future, you can find our GPG server down below in the description field, the invite for that. One for the Expanding Fronts mod as well, which is the mod that we're playing here. Link to Vubly.com where you can play this game online. And if you want to support the channel in another way, maybe buy me a coffee, you can find a PayPal donation link down below in the description field, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. Goodbye.